Stormgame. Hello everyone, we're watching msrm, the #1 Infernal versus the #1 Vanguard called Refresh. These two are very creative and very skilled, so I'm always looking forward to watching them play. Anytime I get a chance, I will cast them. And it looks like msrm actually opting to make a couple of imps and put them on the Luminites, which isn't normal. And actually that's a Conclave. Okay, so I think what's happening here is because it's Boneyard, and Boneyard kind of allows you to get into the mid game and the late game easier, he's kind of assuming it's not a bunker rush on this map. And Refresh, I think, doesn't like to bunker rush that much. I don't think I've seen him do it yet, but as I say, it's hard to get his replays because they're so private. So he's going for that command post first. msrm went for a Conclave, and he even has a cheeky little imp here. He was going to try and build there, but maybe the Therian patch blocked him, so instead he builds a shrine there. And that is called the Moron Shrine. It's msrm's name for it. By the way, there's 4 guys on the command post there, and we'll see. Refresh likes to do this thing, yeah, where he pulls one worker off and he builds a barracks there instead. So that's just a specific thing that I've only seen Refresh do. I still don't really understand it. It feels like this guy could just finish the command post first, but this way he gets to build this barracks with overcharge active the whole time pretty much. Yeah, you see it run out just as the barracks are. So I guess it's kind of neat that way, but he could always pull one from his Luminite line here. I think there's just a high priority in getting the command post up so you can start getting charges on the workers. But that is what it is, an msrm behind his Moron Shrine and Conclave. He actually ends up with a natural as well, so pretty greedy, I would say. Like, it's a Conclave, it's not brutes that he's going to make out of this, so any early one base pressure from Vanguard could do well here, but msrm probably understanding how Refresh chooses to play this matchup. He likes to go for his command post quite quickly before any structures, so he knows he's quite safe, but he does still have, 2 gaunts are out. He could probably make his next couple by now. You can see msrm with the Moron Shrine able to mine Therium so much quicker. The distance between, the Therium and the shrine here is quite large, so we close that off initially. We'll see if he pulls off any workers here and puts them on his natural. But at the very least, he has 3 town halls, 3 shrines that can then produce imps onto his natural. And interestingly, it looks like the shrine has already been upgraded. Or I suppose this is it being upgraded now. Huh, that's interesting. Now it's showing it. But you can see the visuals there show it as a upgraded shrine already, even though it's not upgraded yet and it hadn't even started. Whatever. Another Conclave coming in and another one there. And a Ritual Chamber, which is a structure we don't really see in this matchup or any other. It does allow you to get Flame Imps, Gaunt Speed, and the Hex and upgrades, of course.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
A couple of Hedgehogs coming in here. Have a Lancer there. Bunch of Gaunts. Just a bunch of Gaunts. One Lancer runs in from Refresh. Probably to scouts. Yeah, he just scouts.
A Stormgate has appeared.
And then leaves. We have 1 Lancer and 2 Hedgehogs here, so not quite a lot there. We've got quite a few Gaunts coming in here. Effigy plays quite far behind so that the units can't snipe it, and then you can get a permanent Effigy closer to the action, probably. See, oh, that Gaunt is, yeah, he was in danger. msrm quickly pulling it back. There's the permanent Effigy. Behind this, by the way, msrm getting a 4th shrine. And he gets absolutely mowed down here. Yeah, Gaunts are just not brutes, right? Like, they cannot really stand there and tank any damage at all. They're very, very fragile. So it looks like Refresh getting a great trade there, killing a bunch of Gaunts. Walks into all of those Gaunts and takes a big hit on that Hedgehog, but no, lasting damage. I wonder if Refresh can see this. He can't. Oh, he can slightly. I don't know. You'd have to be staring at that to see it. You can't really see it on the minimap or anything, but he can barely see that there's a shroud there, so he knows that there is at least a meat farm, probably a shrine too. Feyren coming in, healing up. I'm not sure about this one. That's a lot of Lancer Hedgehog. msrm going for a cheeky, aggressive maneuver there, but didn't feel like that was the way, especially with the Feyren there. Gaunts are getting pecked down in a big way. Imps getting killed on the rally as well. Remember, Refresh is only on 2 bases, so msrm is trying to greed up onto a 3rd base. Able to actually chase down and kill a couple of these Lancers. Interesting to see msrm play so aggressively with just some Gaunts. He does have Reaper's Rush for the extra movement speed, 35% movement speed. So that's always pretty cool. But still, they're a very fragile unit. So he still has to be careful. If he looks away for 1 second, then all of his Gaunts die. Like, you have to be minding them all of the time. Feyren looks like it's actually detaching from the main army here, and the army's running into msrm's main as he pulls his army towards his 3rd base. Common complaint about this map is that your 3rd base is very far forward, so when this happens and your opponent just runs in, actually able to take out a Conclave, msrm making a couple of Gaunts, they're just trying to spend the charges on the structure so as not to waste the charges before it dies. You see just a sea of Gaunts with the speed upgrade actually doing quite well here. The Weaver is a little bit out of position. msrm pulls it back. Oh my goodness, the longest hook ever manages to catch that Hedgehog. So that's obviously a very clean 100% trade, right? The Vanguard gets nothing for that, msrm gets a Hedgehog. See, 2 Vulcans, Medtechs, and a Feyren are already at his 3rd base. So as he was poking with the Hedgehogs, he was bringing his slower units, the Feyren Vulcan, towards the 3rd. msrm trying to get some Weavers out from his Conclaves here at the 3rd. Gets a Vulcan. Oh, very nice positioning here. Like, these units can't get through the Conclaves. So as he hooks that Vulcan behind the buildings, there's no way they can protect or save the Vulcan. Another Vulcan going down there as well. So even though that looked kind of bad initially, getting 2 Vulcans from the Weavers, not losing any Weavers, just really losing that Conclave, that actually ended up very nice for msrm. Refresh going up for that 3rd base. He's continuing to make Vulcans and Exos. He's going to cut the trees with that Vulcan. Oh, beautiful. That's actually really hard to do. It's very often that you do that and 1 tree is left. And your army can't, well, your Vulcans can't get through, your Hedgehogs can't get through. msrm finding a Vulcan, actually chopping it up with a Gaunt somehow. Nano Swarm coming down immediately on him, and the Feyren as well. So unless you kill the Vulcan quickly, he's going to get healed up to full. These Weavers, one of them has a lash. No? And neither of them have a lash, actually. msrm pretending. Wait, is it 40? Oh, it's 40 energy, not 50. Okay, okay. So this one also has a lash. 1 Vulcan does go down there. msrm now actually pushing forward here. He's got Hexens. He even has a trap over here. Medium-sized skirmish. That 1 Vulcan mowing down a few Gaunts. Running into some traps of that 1 Hedgehog as Weaver is coming in from the weirdest angle. Still manages to lash and hit the Vulcan a couple, or 1 time at least. It looks like msrm says, no, I can't hold this. He even has some Imps here. I don't know if he got the Inflamed Imp upgrade, the Flame On upgrade, but I can only imagine he did, since that's why these Imps are here. Oh no, the entire army managing to avoid this Hexen trap, but I will say this is vision for msrm, so even though he didn't hit anything with this, he gets to see units parting through here for the rest of the game if that doesn't get hit. So the Prowler Dogs came from the Storm Gates. msrm reacting immediately. The Prowler Dogs are quite scary. Are we going to get a lash? No, no lash. And the Prowler Dogs love running into the health camp, of course, regaining all their health and then going again. It's a very nice harassment force. These Imps that were in the middle of the map are now going up here, presumably to take another base. There is bits of a push here, 1 Weaver going down, msrm not quite aware of what's happening. Meanwhile, the Prowler Dogs are back in action, so there's 2 fronts here. Got a lot of meat farms here actually drawing the aggro from those Prowlers, so able to mitigate some of the damage from these units. We are, you know, losing a few Imps here and there, but nothing too crazy yet. You can see the Imps are quite injured, but not dead, so able to mitigate the damage. As I say, it's quite nice meat farm positioning here. Any units trying to run through here are going to have trouble. Even, you know, like the dogs were over here, the aggro range of the gremlins are pretty good. Okay, oh goodness. msrm and I didn't realize that this was happening, and a bunch of units get killed on the rally there. msrm scrambling his main forces back. There's a giant force here in msrm's main again. As you can see on Boneyard, this is the common attack path. It's a giant ramp and nothing else for msrm to defend there. So once again, his buildings are being targeted down. Lash is coming in, doing well. Dogs are once again getting attacked by gremlins for the most part, so you can see the value of meat farms there, just
Dimensional rift
causing an
detected.
attention
A
tax
Stormgate will
on your
activate
opponent,
soon.
who either has to micro his units there or get very little done. Miasma, first one coming down. Does a bit of work there. Lash coming in and killing that Vulcan on the retreat. Bunch of hedgehogs and things going down as well. Refresh managing to get some units in there as well. What's going on over here? Some lances. Yeah, just running away from the miasma seems fine. And these lancers now chopping up gaunts. They do have 10 stacks of kinetic redirection, which means they're attacking a bit better. Ah, this is a common thing. First I'll look over here. Okay, we've got some random lancer harassment. Couple in the Luminite line there. But meanwhile, this army that Refresh had didn't quite fully retreat and is just kind of AFKing there. He's also got some units AFK there, but the Lancers here did quite well. You can see there were 12 workers presumably here, now there's 5. So Lancers chopping up some imps, causing trouble. And msrm refusing to go with like brutes and brutes speed upgrade. Able to kind of hold on with Gaunts, basically Conclave tech, right? Gaunt, Weaver, Hexam. Coming in with the miasmas as well and pushing out this base. So Refresh knocked back to 3 bases, but he is happily mining on those 3 bases for now. Stormgate was taken, and we have 2 power stones. Which we'll see where those go. Typically it goes on a dragon. msrm mined out in his main now. Doesn't have the Elder Shrine yet, it's just a Greater Shrine. Ooh, nice Atlas shots killing. You can see just by the corpses, so many units there. 2 Weavers going down as well, but we do hook in some Vulcans. Weaver force coming in. Kind of an awkward scuffle here. Atlas drop. Oh, there's some Weavers over here as well, apparently. Interesting. Rebuilding the 4th base is Mr. Refresh. msrm, by the way, got this base up in the meantime. Even some production structures here. Which, you know, it's nice because you can then suddenly defend this base with the production, but then this running, all of these units having to run so far is quite painful. We do have a meat farm and a shroud stone being built for msrm. We're reacting to this with a sentry post, not sending any units or anything, and we got the Atlas drop coming in here. Meanwhile, msrm says, no, I'm going to attack this 4th base again. He's got a couple of Shadow Flyers, probably for the evac, try and get a nice angle on that. But he's left the Phantoms there. Atlas drops coming in. Wow, the nice lash there. Some miasmas. Very messy fight here. The Power Stone's even kind of getting chipped away there. A very messy fight. Lots of Weaver interaction there, which you don't get to see too often. Atlas actually still alive and still getting damage done. Gets picked up. We do have a bunch of workers there. Presumably they will build a base once Refresh can afford it. But the Shroud Stone actually goes down. It looks like it killed the sentry post during all of that.
Dimensional rift detected. A Stormgate will activate soon.
And Gaunts join the Meat Farm Shroudstone proxy. Oh, we're still kind of scuffling at this 3rd base. Damn, this really hurts to see. All these workers are just not mining. Yeah, Refresh actually lost his mining here. He's only now getting his mining back onto this base. But yeah, he just doesn't... He can't afford the base. The dragon is up. It does have 1 avatar on it. So one of the power stones looks like they got killed. We've got a chunky dragon here, and very hard for Refresh to deal with this now. He doesn't have a big ball of Hornets or a Sentinel, so dealing with this is very painful, and obviously msrm has a much larger, well, not a much larger supply, only about 60, but does have an extra supply lead as well as the dragon, which is usually a very bad sign for the Vanguard. Once it gets to this point, did manage to clear this up with the proxy Shroud Stone. It looks like that's it for Refresh. I don't see how he's ever going to deal with this dragon. msrm managing to play this matchup without brutes. Very inspiring. Do have the Stormcaller as well. A nice finishing touch there from msrm. And GG, very fun game. msrm made it fun by not making brutes. I think he made a single brute, perhaps by accident, at the end there. He did get 1 Iron Vault. But otherwise, he was all in on the Conclave tech. Hexens, Gaunts, and Weavers. Lots and lots of Weavers. Pretty good against mech, obviously, Weavers generally. It's when that giant exo count comes out that you feel like Weavers are such a waste of money. But very nice gameplay from both players. It looked like Refresh was in such a good spot for a while there, and then it all kind of fell apart. But yeah, GG's to both. See you guys next time. Like and subscribe.